YouTube, and we've got another one here, exclusive to the channel. We're going to be playing Red-Black Kroxa Skelemental here in Modern. I know this is a favorite and been requested several times. Many people requesting it, though, have asked, please update with new cards. Well, we've taken a look at all the red and the black cards coming out of Ikoria and just a few other sets, and I haven't found anything that just drives me over the top here. So we're going to actually splash a few different colors here. Well, not really splashing, but we're going to basically mix it up just a bit to see if we can't get something a little bit more oomph out of this. Now, Companion is the talk of the town, if you will. However, this one we're going to respect not having the Companion mechanic per se from the sideboard, but we are going to bring it into the main deck. So, deck is essentially unchanged. I've taken one Thoughtseize out. I've swapped out the Dreadboard for the Terminate, and then I just took a left turn here. And basically what I'm doing here is I'm taking the Thoughtseize out, Liliana, Ransack, and that Terminate Dreadbore. I'm going to put the Terminate to the sideboard here. I'm going to get rid of a couple of little nuances here. I don't feel like Liliana's maybe the best idea. Thoughtseize, a lot of burn decks, a lot of low to the ground decks. Probably don't need to take damage. And Ransack's always been a little bit of a one or two of. We're going to bring in the Thunderkin Awakener. Everyone's asking for that. I still don't think it's very good, but we're going to give it a shot here, see if it can recur our Lightning Skelementals. Because we're bringing Lurrus to the main deck. Now, this is a bit of a... we don't have to worry about the deck building requirement here. So, we can run our entire suite of 3-drops, which is extremely important for Unearth. Because we're bringing Lurrus in, I don't want to add another Thunderkin. I want to add just a little bit of that Mishra's Bauble combo as well. On the off chance that we get to that, we can generate that sweet, sweet value. Overall, though, basically we're going to use Lurrus, and that is the reason why Thunderkin's here. On the off chance that it does end up in the graveyard, Lurrus will allow us to recur Thunderkin Awakener as basically another version of Unearth for our Lightning Skelementals. We've got Kroxa here, we have the Dreadboard, Arcanist, we've got Thoughtseizes and Inquisitions, plenty of Unearths. We're going to see how this goes. We've left the Engineered Explosives in the side. We have a set of Fulminator Mages, although this may be a place where you might swap an Engineered Explosive out for a Fulminator. 1s and 2-drops seem to be very prominent at the moment. Collective Brutality is there for those matchups where we're going to take a lot of damage. Surgical in case we find ourselves against a graveyard. Kalitas actually felt like a decent one. We can shift this just a touch into mid-range. It will be hard, though. We are only 20 lands, so that'll be kind of difficult. Either way, though, this is Red-Black Kroxa with a little bit of a spin twist here on 5 cards. Still 60 cards overall. None of that 80-card shenanigans. Let's see how it runs. Let's go play some matches. This will be, I think, unedited, too. Let's just go. Let's just go. Can I go to a league here? Bam. Let's play some Magic. Sweet. Definitely going to be a bit of an interesting spin here. I didn't want to go so far into the whole Lurrus thing. I kind of want to just treat it as a couple extra additional cards here. We have to remember, Lurrus is legendary, so you wouldn't want too many anyway. I have 3 Kroxas, but we're trying to use that as a utility card and also part of the plan. We'll just see how it goes. Just see how it goes. We won the die roll here. We're going to be playing first in this first match for Kroxa Skelemental. Alright, we got a removal, we have a Thoughtseize, we've got 4 lands here, and my opponent is Lurrus. We're going to go ahead and keep. This Thoughtseize becomes so much worse, though, because of the Lurrus. And this is where I'm a little concerned about discard decks with this whole extra Lurrus there, but we'll see. We'll see. We must play and find out. Thoughtseize to start things off. We have a Seal, we have a Dismember, we have a Dismember. I'm just going to take the Seal away. That way it doesn't get twice action on us. This will be kind of interesting because they can dismember a few of our things here. They're going to be able to dismember the Lightning Skelemental. That I'm kind of okay with, though. Finding a bonus Skelemental, now I'm kind of wishing I would have had both. But hey, it is what it is. We'll be able to play Blackcleave Cliffs and then into Lochthwain. Hopefully the Skelemental, and hopefully they get frisky with their Lurrus here. Keeping in mind that our Skelemental will trigger Fatal Push for us. So we had a Bloodstained Mire played, and we had a Footfall Crater cycled. Giving Giving stuff trample and haste. Interesting. Alright, alright. Fine by me. What's our next card? A Kroxa Titan of Death's Hunger. I feel like I'm just going to slam a Lightning Skelemental in here. Let's go ahead and use the first one here. Then we have plenty of options for the next one up. This will not connect. We're going to have at least a Dismember here. They decided to do 4 here. Nice. Okay. Well, Lightning Skelemental, 3 mana, do 4 damage. Kind of like 5th damage there with the Bloodstain Mire. We can trigger Fatal Push through Kroxa. We can trigger it through Lightning Skelemental here as well. We have a Shock of the Blood Crypt. This is starting to look a bit more like a Death Shadow sort of build here. With the Dismembers, the Seal Fire. There's the Death Shadow. It is a 3/3. Luckily for us, we have this Fatal Push. So we have Dismember and 2 unknown cards for our opponent. We can probably just fire this in. I'd be a little worried if they have blue here. What is a bit frustrating is that even if I were to get rid of one of these, if Lurrus comes down here, then I don't know what we're doing. We could ransack. I'd really like to get this Death Shadow, but I also want to get Lurrus here. Maybe I just do Kroxa here. Kroxa gets a card regardless. They won't dismember it. We'll see what they discard. It makes the Death Shadow potentially larger. We could Fatal Push this right now and pay for anything. The Polluted Delta could make this larger, though. I guess I want to... Alright, we're going to try Skelemental here. This is going to eat a Dismember. We'll swing in with this. Maybe they'll pop the Polluted Delta, and then I can nail this Death Shadow. I presume this will be another Dismember here. We will attack. Obviously. Obvious attack. Alright, I don't have to go after this Death Shadow just yet. Let's see if we can wait for that Polluted Delta to crack here. If they crack this in response, we'll Fatal Push. I'm trying to play around a Stubborn Denial. They have no idea about the Fatal Push, by the way. I'm going to attack for 7 damage. Let's just hang tight here. It's a lot of damage to take, but... trying to get them to crack that. Looks like they're not interested. We'll go ahead and try to shoot this now. We try to play very patiently here. On the off chance they have this Stubborn Denial. And they could very well have it. If they fetch Shock here, we might get them with the Kroxa. Depending on what we top deck, like an Unearth or something like that. This is a fetch and a Shock? No. Okay. Puts one more card here. We have the Kroxa. We can ransack and then do the Kroxa again. Let's start with a ransack the lab to see if I can grab an Unearth here. We can get a Skelemental again. I guess we'll get the Skelemental. They don't know about this. We'll just play a Kroxa out. Kroxa should make them discard something here. Probably that will hurt them, I presume. But maybe not. Maybe not. And this way, if they have an Abrupt Decay or something else, there is the Stubborn Denial. Choosing not to pitch the Stubborn Denial. It's interesting. Okay. Polluted Delta. 2 cards and then Lurrus on the side there. They do shock, fetch. Probably a basic swamp here. We're going to see Lurrus plus. Plus what, a Death Shadow here? We're almost dead. Maybe it was better to do the Skelemental the last turn. I need a top deck land to do a few other things to them. 9, this. Okay, it's Cliffs. So I guess I'm just playing Kroxa here. Not a whole lot else I'm going to be able to do. There we go. We'll leave Skelemental in the bin here. Kroxa has been played. Make them discard. They'll probably take damage here. I'll have to then block with Kroxa here. They're going to gain another 3. They don't. There goes a K command. So they've had spells this entire time. So we can block the Death Shadow, it looks like, and then they can replay their Seal of Fire. I'm taking 3 damage this turn. They're going back up to 7. Or we're just dying. Okay. Or my opponent's going to top deck the Fatal Push and we're just going to die. All right. Opponent has it. Terminate seems good here. Engineered Explosive seems good. Kalitas even seems okay. Maybe that Seal was the wrong thing to take there. Them playing the Seal, though, they get kind of the same stuff out of the Skelementals. It just wouldn't have grown as large. Let's take a Thunderkin out. Let's take a pair of K commands out. We'll bring Terminus, Terminate, Engineer Explosives, and Kalitas in here. Jump blockers seem good here. Fatal pushes are pretty good. Yeah, I think we're okay here. Could try to Surgical. The Surgicals are more for something that's a bit more of a graveyard deck. I know Lurrus kind of is a graveyard deck, but it's not fully dependent on it. All right, we're going to have to see if our Lurrus Mainboard deck can beat Lurrus Companion deck. We will see. I think the funny thing there was my opponent didn't even care that I removed their creature. They could just play the extra card, Lurrus, and get it down. That's okay though. We'll continue and see if we can't try to outvalue them. We've got the value in the main deck. We have 2. They don't have 2. Maybe I should bump up to 3 already. It's game 1, match 1. Match 1, game 1. Wonder if the baubles dilute the deck just slightly here. Not getting much value unless I get Lurrus. Alright, we're going to play first here. Maybe I'll take a little bit better with my Thoughtseize Inquisition. You never know. Maybe that was the fault. 1 land, no real payoff cards. Let's mulligan this. We're on the play. I'd rather... Oh gosh. This isn't much better. I don't think I can keep 2 Lurruses and again 1 land here with the bauble. No, I'm not going to do that. Alright, we have a few things here. So let's keep this. We can get rid of 2 bolts. I could get rid of a bolt in the Fatal Push here. Kind of like that. Nah, let's do 2 bolts here because I'm going to probably cycle the Seasoned Pyromancer at some point. We'll use March Flats here, get a Blood Crypt, go ahead and fetch Shock and Thoughtseize. A lot of damage to us, but we're going to get a check on what they are doing. By the way, they did not declare Lurrus, so that's kind of an interesting nuance here. Let's see here. We have a Tarmogoyf, and we have a Death Shadow, and a Dismember. Let's go ahead and take one of these Death Shadows this time around. No Lurrus declared. We'll see how that goes for our opponent. Makes me wonder what they brought in that is larger than Lurrus. Larger than life? Larger than Lurrus. Alright, Burning Catacombs, maybe Fetch Shock, put the Seal of Fire into play. That would be fine. Looks like that might be what they're doing. We'll hope they didn't top deck a Thoughtseize. That'll be really awkward with the Seasoned Pyromancer. Stomping Ground, so it's probably the Seal of Fire. Setting up for their Tarmogoyf. Cool. Bloodstained Mire. We got our own Bobble here. We can actually check the top of our library. I care about the top of our library a lot more than I care about theirs. We'll wait. This way we can avoid a Thoughtseize. I'm expecting Tarmogoyf here. Watery Grave. Puts it in Shocked here. And... okay. Inquisition here. They could try to do probably nothing else here. All right, let's take a look at what's the top of our library. It's an Inquisition. I'm gonna go ahead and get that here. Double draw here. We do hit our next land, which is good. I can Inquisition something away that the Fatal Push maybe has troubles with. We have a Traverse. We have a Death Shadow here. We have 3 card types currently, and we have a Tarmogoyf. I don't have that much removal. How big is this Tarmogoyf? It's a 4/5, where this is not able to be played just yet. I guess I'll take the Tarmogoyf past the turn. The Death Shadow could get larger, but they have to work for it. And as of right now, they can't really play a Death Shadow. So the Tarmogoyf is kind of interesting. The Tarmogoyf's also... well, I was going to say harder to cast than a Death Shadow, but... anyway. Seal Fire at us for 2. This is kind of interesting. Traverses. They have 4 card types now, so this should get a creature. They might get a Death Shadow here. Probably a Tarmogoyf, though. It's a land. Once they hit their 3rd land. Burning Catacombs. Fetch Shock. Fetch Shock. Watery Grave still here. Overgrown Tomb. Death Shadow. There's an unknown card. I hope it's not another Death Shadow. Well, it's another Death Shadow. So they have a Dismember in hand, and that is it. We're a little ways away from the Seasoned Pyromancer doing anything for us in the yard. Alright. A 1/1 to beat. Land drop is okay, not great. But it's just a 1/1. Breeding Pool probably shocks us in to make it a 3/3. Hits in for 3 damage. Scary thing is if I put these Seasoned Pyromancer tokens in, my opponent fails to attack, apparently. Okay, so we could put Seasoned Pyromancer's tokens into play to chump block, but then that activates the Dismember, and that gets really awkward. I might just take the first hit here. And if I miss again, then we can look at maybe Seasoned Pyromancer. My opponent kind of did the jump back and forth anyway. Maybe the scary thing here is if I top deck like a Lurrus or something, not going to be able to do a whole lot. Oh, I have to shock it anyway if I do this. Let's not. There's an Arcanist. We'll end step the Seasoned Pyromancer tokens. Well, and I say that, and I could chump block here. I'm going to take the 3. No blocks. Fingers crossed they don't have anything ridiculous here. Okay. Sealfire scary. Lurrus plus Sealfire scary. They might have moved Lurrus just into the main deck. Nothing says it. They didn't. Even though it wasn't declared. Seasoned Pyromancer. Tokens are down. We're not hitting a whole lot here. Play the Arcanist in, which is probably going to be their target now. I'm not going to put this land into play. 3, 4, 5, even though it would help with a Kroxa. I don't really want them to know I don't have anything here. Decides to go full value here with the Dismember. Dismembers Dreadhorde Arcanist. Now we're wishing we had both of those lightning bolts. The Fatal Push is probably smarter, though they'd have 2 Death Shadows. Inquisitions to see that the way is clear. I will be blocking where I die. I only have to chump block 1. If they have some sort of trampling effect, it's not going to do anything for me. They know about this land, so I can now put it into play tap. Traverse, they go get another creature here. Get another Death Shadow. So we're dead on board if I don't have, I guess, a removal here. It's not ideal. Lightning Bolt. Well, maybe they'll do something fancy and fetch shock one more time. I doubt it, though. It's an easy swing. Alright. First opponent gets us down here. Playing Lurrus. Didn't need it even for the second game. Not sure if they missed or what it was. That Unearth and then Kroxa, like if we were able to chump block just a few more times, probably would have done just fine. Alright, let's go to game number 2, though. Match number 2. Seeing how we can get this Kroxa list to be maybe up to snuff here with the current companion meta. I'm wondering if the Baubles and the Lurrus is just cute, but hey, I almost want to play like a third Lurrus and then from there play something else. Like maybe a Bob, maybe a Thunderkin, maybe a 4th Kroxa. Just go full on ham with the Kroxas. We'll see, we'll see. We did ditch Liliana in a Terminate Mainboard and ended up running against a deck that both would have been pretty okay in the main. We'll see how this plays out, though. We're only on match number 2. Opponent is 2nd Sunrise here. I'm going to keep this. This hand's got some interesting spice going for it. We have a Bauble. We have a Mishra's Bauble and a Thoughtseize. And we have the Arcanist. And then we have K-Command or Seasoned Pyromancer. All of which seem like okay things to be doing here. Opponent mulls 2-6. Little worried about this whole 2nd Sunrise. Never know what you're gonna run into there. What do we have? Mulligans to 6 does nothing. Must be a tough 6. Must be a tough 6. All right, they go ahead and keep. They put one on the bottom here. We're going to go ahead and see what's going on here. I nearly blew through my turn. All right. Eldritch Evolution, Veil, Serums. Okay, so we kind of know what's going on here. We're going to just play the Eldritch, or take the Eldritch Evolution here. We got craziness going on. I'm going to go ahead and see what the next card is as well. No reason not to here, just so we have full information before that Serum Visions does some weird stuff. Got a Dread Horde Arcanist that's going to be able to Thoughtseize again. Botanical Sanctum here. When we go to Thoughtseize again here, we can't do the Veil, or the Veils will get to Cantrip. Might be a reason not to, and try to cast only red spells from here on out. I'm going to go ahead and fetch and shock. This game is pretty much won by whether I get to play or my opponent gets to play. All right. Tricky here with the Veil of Summers. Let's see what my opponent wants to do here. There's the Serum Visions. It's the same one they played. I'd much rather be playing the Seasoned Pyromancer than giving them cantrips with these Veils. That's just me. They put one card on the bottom and one card on the top. There's a Lurrus. I really don't feel like I want to give them a cantrip here with this Veil. I know 3 of the cards, and I don't need them drawing extra cards here. Alright, in for a damage, pass the turn. We might just cycle the Unearth at this point, trying to hit a land. Cycling does not cast. Avoid the Veil. Waterlogged. Now this Lurrus feels good if I could just get it going, but this game shouldn't last long. That's maybe the problem here. Let's go ahead and cycle. An Inquisition here. Need a land for my Seasoned Pyromancer. Skelemental is not it. I hate just blindly attacking here for nothing. I just don't want them to cantrip here. Probably sets up the best chances for them to get whatever they need. Skelemental will obviously trigger that. We'll probably hang on to the Fatal Push. I don't know what we're doing here. We're just praying that they don't combo off. That's what we're doing. Oh boy. Maybe they're the Thassa Oracle version, and I can nail them with a Fatal Push. I don't know. What cards did they get rid of? Veil and a Manamorphose. They have 1 Veil left. So they'll be able to give it Hexproof anyway. Well, we'll let this all go. They probably have Simian Spirit Guides here, so they can definitely pay for Pact if they fail here. We're actually okay against this deck. The Summoner's Pact, so they won't be able to pay. They're going to play the Worm here. If only I had 2 bolts. Nourishing Shoals the Worm. Up to 19. Maybe they'll use this for some reason. Gristlebrand activation. Oh, Gristlebrand. Worm. You can draw 21 cards here. 21 cards, 22, 23, 24. Okay, they can draw the rest of their deck out here. They should be clear to do all this. Nourishing Shoal, Chancellor. 18 cards to go. 18 cards. And this is a list I would prefer to have a Thoughtseize in. I am seeing this Neo brand list show up just a bit more, and it may just be because they don't have to care about what your opponent's doing. If your opponent's going to play a value kind of mid-rangey or even an aggro, they don't care. They're going to kill you on turn 1, 2, or 3, more than likely. Alright, we're down to our last 4 cards here. Basically, the Lab Maniac or the Thassa's Oracle needs to not be the final card here. We have some Simian Spirit Guide mana being spent here. We're going to Manamorphose and convert this into something. Blue, blue, probably red. Double blue, red. It's Lab Maniac, I can't do anything about that. It is good to know it's Lab Maniac, though. Alright, opponent drew their deck and won here on turn 4. Through a little bit of hand disruption. They go a little faster if I swing in with some Thoughtseize or Inquisitions. Maybe I'm supposed to take some of those. It's difficult to say. Alright. Collective Brutalities seem good here. I could see a Terminate maybe being used. Fulminator Mages can hit most of their lands. It's also a spell that's worth attacking with. Collective Brutalities, Ashioks. I don't think I'm going to have time for the whole Lurrus combo, so we can easily trim that. I don't think Thunderkin should be in here necessarily. I don't believe our Fatal Pushes are very good either. That would make room for the Terminate, probably, because Dreadhorde Arcanist. Seasoned Pyromancer. You can probably drop a Seasoned Pyromancer, too. If I somehow got to Surgical to Allosaurus Rider, that would be pretty good. It's kind of a long shot, though. We'll run these. We'll run these. Terminate's kind of like hit or miss, but it could at least hit Gristlebrand before they can perhaps get anything super crazy going. Maybe. Alright, a couple Lightning Bolts. Kroxas. We're going to basically try to discard as much as we can here, needing Thoughtseizes and Inquisitions in the opening hand. Anything less is probably not worth it. We can play these Ashioks too, just because they are playing Summoner Pact Evolutions and Neoforms. Those will stop those searching if we can get Ashiok down. Ashiok definitely does help here quite a bit. We got to survive to turn 3, and that's the idea here. These cards are going to hopefully buy us enough time to do that. Including some Skelementals. That being said, if they have just everything on turn 1, turn 2, not much it can do. We can make probably an argument that Thunder King could be in instead of like a Ransack here to repeat the Lightning Skelemental, but the Lightning Skelemental has to already be played. So that would be on turn more than likely 3. But Collective Brutality could put Skelemental, and then we could have Thunderkin. That'd be a pretty good turn 2 and a turn 3. Alright, opponent. I would like to play first. Well, I have a Thoughtseize, but that is all I have. So Thoughtseize worth it here? I'm not thinking so. Let's mulligan. Let's try to get more than just a Thoughtseize. There we go. Alright, we can keep this. We'll ditch one Skelemental here. I'm going to Thoughtseize and Inquisition. We'll start with probably the Thoughtseize. That way I can take an Allosaurus Rider. I do want my third land here. If they mulligan down far enough, I could Inquisition myself and Lightning Skelemental as an option. It wouldn't be the best, but it would strip pretty much a lot of valuable cards out of their hand. We'll see what our tops are, though. We need a land, and if we do, we can double down on Skelemental instead. What's nice about Skelemental is it won't target, so we don't have to worry about Veils. Opponents at mulligan to 6 and considering their hand again, which makes me a bit worried. Just a bit worried. Alright, let's go ahead and lead with this Thoughtseize, see what we can take. See if we're just dead. Double Veil, an Eldritch Evolution, and a Descendants Deliverance. Alright, we'll take the Evolution. I can probably just blindly do the Inquisition if I top deck a land here. We have a Gemstone and a Waterlogged. Waterlogged will be the card they play first. Going straight into Skelemental would be great here, though. They top decked a Botanical Sanctum. Okay. Let's go ahead and Inquisition them. I expect the Veil to be burned here. I do need to hit a third land, unfortunately for us. Now we only have one Veil to worry about. Waterlogged. Go ahead and fetch. I know I don't have many hits here, but I like just fetching before anyway. Alright, we hit nothing. Pass turn. Cycles the Waterlogged Grove. Kind of an interesting cycle there. Deciding to cycle their land over, say, Descendants Deliverance. Probably trying to keep this card so they can pitch two things to Allosaurus. They might have also gotten Allosaurus and they're trying to find a way to get an evolution here. At turn 3 would have been an important land. Skelemental comes in here and wipes 2 cards out. The deck needs so many cards in hand to go off, usually. Gemstone's been played. A lot of thinking from our opponent. Comes the Allosaurus. They ditch Deliverance and Veil, the 2 cards we know about. We're going to Neoform here. This might be the time to go ahead and terminate. Terminate this, like right now, before they get too crazy here. They can go a little bit deeper if they'd like to. They go to 6. We have the Terminate on the stack. We'll see if they hit the appropriate ways to gain enough life here. They can also set up so that they are good for next turn. They're going to have 14 cards to look at. Terminate coming in a little bit more clutch here than Dreadbort. They could hit another Allosaurus. They could hit another Evolution. I don't know how many Gristlebrand's the deck plays. I presume it's something like 2. I presume. We talked about terminating this and then getting a Surgical on it. If we were able to do that now, that would be pretty crazy. They're in the sideboard. Wouldn't have expected to be able to do that. Nourishing Shoals for 2 here, going up to 8. It's an interesting Nourishing Shoal. Now decides to go to 1. We now kill them on the swing in, but they could have another Nourishing Shoal here. They are picking up these 7 plus the next 7. Simian Spirit Guide, Simian Spirit Guide. We're going to make green mana here. We've already done 2 Veil Summers out. If they have at least 2 more, then they're going to block here. They do make green. Makes blue as well. There's the Veil. I feel like conceding at this point. They draw an extra card here, and then they draw these 7 as well. Now they are at 1, so if they miss all Nourishing Shoals, we're in good shape here. Seems unlikely. Keep in mind that we have nothing that really attacks through this, so I would need exactly a Bolt. I have 4 of those. What do they have in there? 19 cards here. We also got to use the Nourishing Shoal one time with just a Neoform, which is kind of nice for us. When they had that Veil Summer, I wonder if we would have Inquisitioned ourselves and then unearthed what it would have been like. Allosaurus Rider here. It's a 3/3. They decide to play that. Another Allosaurus Rider. We're going to be close to just dead on board here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage. We'll go to 3. Got rid of a Chancellor, Evolution, another Neoform, and a Chancellor here. They're going to have to pitch some of these cards anyway, so it's better to get stuff out on the board. We're looking for a Bolt off the top. Bolt off the top. Come on. Here we go. Right here, Bolt. Come on, Bolt. One time, Bolt. Lightning Bolt. Because I made green-blue, they can't. They couldn't do another veil here. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3 veils. Come on, Bolt. It might time out at this point. Alright. Pitch a bunch of cards here. We need a Bolt right here. I mean, maybe they misread this card? Maybe they randomly misread this card? They ditched a whole bunch of lands, by the way. I don't think they're going to misread this card. Yep, Chancellor's Bend. Alright. We can see here they're going to get 8 here anyway. They don't even have to do a whole lot. There's a Collective Brutality. That would have been lethal. We were 1 away from it. Ugh. Red-Black Kroxa is struggling here in the companion meta. Companion deck, Neo Brand, turn 3s. The one they went off on when we had a couple more Inquisitions was what? Turn 4 still. But it was difficult because if we would have just hit them with another Thoughtseize, they would have cantripped anyway. We had no removal at that point for any of the creatures. Bummer. Bummer. Alright, let's find our match number 3 here. Let's see if we can turn around this league. Red-Black Kroxa is struggling here with our Lurrus spin on it. I don't feel like the Lurrus spins really hurt us. But it hasn't really helped us either. Alright, we lose the die roll. Maybe that's what we need to do. Losing the die roll and then getting in there for our that Thoughtseize damages. Alright, we do have a Thoughtseize. We have a Kroxa here. We have a Lurrus. This is kind of what I wanted to do. Let's go for it. Scalding Tarn to start things off. A fetch. No companion declared, by the way. Steam Vents. Serum Visions. Alright. Maybe it's the blue-red turtle deck. Alright, let's just play a Black Clip Cleaves. Let's go ahead and Thoughtseize and check out what's happening. It is Storm with fetch lands. Interesting. Well, I can kill Baral with a Fatal Push. I think I just take... I don't really want to just take Baral, but... maybe I have to. They do need another land here. Maybe I get frisky with it and go ahead and just take the Serum Visions. Where'd they put these? They put 1 card on the bottom and 1 card on top. I'm going to take the Remand. We might get punished here real hard. Let's see if they want to play that Baral out now that I took the Remand. There's a Serum Visions. So it looks like I might get to play Kroxa here, but then a land and another in Baral and Desperate Rituals are going to get going here. Puts 2 cards on the bottom. Has a Scalding Tarn. I guess it's sort of good for us. Let's go ahead and just play a Kroxa down, pass turn. Does get rid of 1 more card here. It's probably just going to be the Past in Flames. So next I can Fatal Push and Kroxa here. There goes the Past in Flames. We have a Baral to kill. fetching. Not a whole lot I can do here. Basic island. Baral. Oh, nice. Okay. This is actually really good for us. So, we get to Fatal Push the Baral. And I'm probably just going to play this other Kroxa here. Make him discard again. If we top deck a land, we can unearth and Lurrus if we wanted to. Alright, my opponent's going through their turn pretty quickly here. Plays a land. Can Desperate Ritual Gifts. Never mind, they got rid of the... So we have a Baral here. I think I just want to connect with this, get rid of the gifts, and make them top deck. Let's do it. We're doing what we're supposed to do. This is also a lot of damage, not to mention I can unearth, or if I top deck a land, we can Kroxa. In for 6. They'll probably won't block here. They'll take the 6 and get rid of the cards in hand. We have Past in Flames in the bin. That's the only thing that's worrisome right now. I have an entire graveyard full of delicious things, though. Top deck card doesn't matter, it seems. Baral's in for 1. I could try to Season Pyromancer and then unearth Lurrus. Unearth Kroxa, unearth a bunch of things. We do hit our Kroxa. 4, 5. Unearth Skelemental, hit in. Gets rid of the card. Then we Season Pyromancer right after it. We'll ditch more cards and we'll be able to surely Kroxa after that. Go ahead and connect. Get rid of the card in hand. Down to 4. What's that card in the hand? Give it to me. It's a Pyretic Ritual. We'll play a Season Pyromancer. We're going to get rid of Lurrus here, and we're going to get 1 token. Draw 2 cards, 2 lands. Skelemental goes away. We're going to be able to punch in for 1 damage in Kroxa. Should be clear. Goblin Electromancer. Pretty good for our opponent. Can't attack. Dang. That's pretty brutal. If I Skelemental here, 3, 4, 5, 1 gets through. It looks like Skelemental is the right plan here. A block, 2, 3, and we get in for 6, yeah. Skelemental's lethal here. Ta-da! Alright. Nice. Lethal it is. They can block 5. Cool. Okay, we got there. Alright, some surgicals are definitely coming in here. Collective brutalities can definitely come in here as well. The Ashioks aren't too bad. I don't know about the rest of this. Engineered explosives might be good just to remove a set of goblins if they happen to do that. Ransacks are out here. Thunderkin is out. Fatal Push is in. We can trim 1 lightning bolt here. 1 Lurrus. 1 to 2k commands. Ugh, I need 1 more card. Probably just a bobble. I know I'm going down a little bit on the Lurrus stuff, but we're just bringing in everything to tackle their hand as best as we can. And we want to keep the, say, Arcanist in to repeatedly, if we get like an Inquisition in, then an Arcanist. This hand's okay. It's okay. It doesn't Thought Seize very well. They're keeping 7. It's not an ideal hand in my opinion. Sleight of hand for our opponent. If we top deck a Thought Seize, the hand gets exponentially better. An extra Ashiok is not the thing we need here. At least we'll be able to take care of the graveyard, and we could put Engineered on 0 here. If it's a Goblin Electromancer, that would be excellent. But it's not. Blood Crypt tapped here. Let's go ahead and keep fetching here, just to clear out the lands in my deck. I hate doing this. We'll go ahead and go here, 2 mode, get rid of an Ashiok. I don't need the Ashiok. Oh. Well then. Wow, I could take this Grape Shot here. I could take the Grape Shot. That's actually not too bad here. Because I'm going to get rid of it with the Ashiok. They can do a lot of damage if they were to find a Baral here, but at least the Ashiok will clear out the Grape Shot. Not to mention that the gifts won't be any value. Not really sure what they'll do here. Maybe just the Peer Through Depths. I get to reveal it, by the way. We get to see it. Just a Remand. Okay. They'll probably just hold that up. They're trying to buy themselves some time. Alright, they go through their turn. We will... Let's go ahead and shock here. Let's go ahead and attempt to Season Pyromancer. I expect this to be remanded. I don't want to show them I have another Ashiok here. Gets remanded, as expected. Draws a card. We don't know the card off remand. We don't know for the draw step, and we don't know for the extra draw step here. This is probably an Ashiok turn coming up. Prevent future gifts ungiven. Prevent all of the stuff in the graveyard from being used against us. More remands will be annoying. A Thoughtseize or Inquisition here would be really good to check the hand before I do this. But we hit no such things. Alright, Ashiok into play, maybe? Question mark? Alright. Looks good. Let's go ahead and go over their graveyard a little bit. We hit lands. We hit lands and a Serum Vision. There's nothing detrimental. We'll set our Season Pyromancer up here next. I wonder if I do Ashiok again, or if I just sit there with it, since they're a fetch version of Storm, and they have also gifts, would probably find them what they need. Opponent does nothing here. One, two, three here. Just Season Pyromancer, get rid of 2 lands, leaving up black for Thoughtseize. We hit an Unearth. I'm going to just pass the turn. I want to keep my Ashiok healthy here. At least it's 2 burn spells, not 1. Pyretic. Gifts. Denied. That's gotta hurt. Just a little bit. It's gonna hurt just a smidge here. Manamorphose, we knew about this card. Making blue-red. We have no actions. Manamorphose. They might go crazy here and put an Empty the Warrens in, which I've got the Engineered for. Land drop. Braids away my Season Pyromancer. Goodbye, fair friend. Alright, into our turn here. Could be worth it to run in with a Skelemental here. And then I could unearth a Season Pyromancer and dig more. We'll leave Ashiok at 4 at the moment. In for 6. Discard of 2. Lightning Bolt kills that. We know about Desperate Ritual. So is this the Unearth turn, or do we wait? Let's play just a Dreadhorde Arcanist here and get some things really set up for us. We'll leave Ashiok alone for the time being. I think at 4 is the healthiest it should be. Unearthing Lightning Skelemental will be nice, and then attacking in and unearthing Seasoned Pyromancer. We'll probably put the Engineered Explosives on 0 just to be careful, and also gets it into play. Pyretic. Not this desperate, though. I'm waiting for that Empty the Warrens. I'm just waiting for it. Peer Through Depths. Splicing Arcane off a Desperate Ritual that we knew they had in hand. So they're going to gain a little bit more mana. A bit more. A bit juicy here. Past in Flames. They don't have any Grape Shots, thankfully. If they go too crazy here and then just get everything in, we Engineer Explosives, clear the board, and then Seasoned Pyromancer or Lightning Skelemental connect, clear their hand, Ashiok, do all this, all the above. Oh gosh, Thoughtseize is just completely brutal here. Thoughtseize, Unearth, Seasoned Skelemental here. It doesn't matter what's in hand. We're gonna put this on 0, just to have Unearth, Skelemental here. Swing in, re-unearth the Seasoned Pyromancer. Get no tokens, but get 2 cards here. Attack for 6, 7. Go ahead and make Ashiok tick down here to clear the yard. Triggers all around. Mill, Kroxa, and a Fatal Push just in case. Good luck, opponent. You're at 7. At 7. Nice. 1 card in hand. Collective Brutality. I think we'll just slam a Kroxa here. Feels okay to do that. Just get rid of some things here. Kroxa into play. Oh, Remands Kroxa. How rude. Go ahead and nail them here again. We will attack. We will activate this Thoughtseize as well, just to see if it's anything else I want to be taking care of. It's just a land. It's a land they can't even fetch with. In for 3. Pass turn. Collective Brutality plus Kroxa. We can clear the hand as well. I think we got there. Stripping that Storm apart. Taking them. Dismantling them. There we go. We're turning the curve here. There we go. 1 down. 2 to go to make this a league positive. Playing red-black Skelemental with the Nightmare Kitty in Modern. The Nightmare Kitty. It's a cat and it has a little tiny cat. 2 cats. 2 cats. That worked out nicely. I don't really know why they're the fetch version. I'm not familiar with when you play the fetch version versus when you not play the fetch version. Who knows? All right, we got a double Lurrus hand. That's not where we want to be. And we have 2 tap lands, our only 2 tap lands here. I'm going to go ahead and mulligan this. This hand's a heck of a lot better. We can keep this, ditch a K command here. Going to Thoughtseize. We're going to ransack looking for our 3rd land. And then we're going to either look for value or look for destruction. Depends on what we're playing against. Basic Forest. Utopia Sprawl on this Basic Forest. That's really not very good for us. I want to fetch a basic here because of the possibility of a Blood Moon. Feels a little awkward to do a basic here, though, because I have red, black, black, and all that. There's that Blood Moon. We only really need 1 to 2 black here. The Arbor Elf can be taken care of by the Lightning Bolt, though, so I'll probably take the Blood Moon anyway, since this is easily taken care of. Easily taken care of. Although we're probably going to have to take care of it this coming turn. I don't need them to have a whole bunch of mana here on turn 3. Misty Rainforest. Kroxa Misty Rainforest. Did you top deck a Blood Moon? Basic Forest, Arbor Elf. I've got another Bolt here. I really want to ransack here, trying to find our land. I mean, they've got 1 draw there and a 2nd draw. I can bolt this. It means that they only have 4 mana this coming turn. I miss this land drop, though. It's going to be really awkward. But I guess if I'm not bolting here, then when am I bolting? I won't bolt this turn. I won't bolt the next turn then, because I'll have hit my land. We'll take it out. We'll just hope to naturally draw the land here. Skelemental away. Gassic Wolf Rune, 4 mana here for our opponent. Bloodbraid Elf. Spins the wheel. God of Destiny, it's a really good hit here. That'll be hard for us to keep up with. 3 damage in, going to 14. This will be another 2. Alright, let's see what we top deck here. Inquisition. Well, that's not where I want to be. Ransack, looking for that land. We do hit the land. Lucky for us. It is also a red land. God of Destiny is going to take care of that, unfortunately. We'll use this Lightning Bolt to nail this Bloodbraid Elf. But I think we're a bit behind now. Kroxa goes away, as expected from the God of Destiny. Take 2, gain 2. Did we run into 2 Bloodbraid Elves? Plus a Bone Crusher Giant? Cast the Stomp half. They can hit me for 3 here. They can hit me for 3. I'll go to 7. 5. Plays this out. If they play one other thing, they get us here. I can chump block, I guess, with the Seasoned Pyromancer. I almost don't want to show him these Skelementals. Seasoned Pyromancer, ditch 2 Skelementals. Hope to hit a land plus something else. This is 2. I'm at 5. I mean, I'm dying here in 3 turns anyway. Pretty much. Let's just concede. I don't need to share any more information here. We would have drawn a tap land and unearth. Baubles. Not very good. Not very good. Alright, terminate here. Liliana Last Hopes for this matchup. Kalitas is also not bad, and so is Engineered Explosives. Now, Lurrus makes sense here. I don't think Thunderkin does. I don't think the Ransacks actually do. And maybe the Ransacks are just being replaced by the Baubles, and I can actually fit more into this deck than I think I can. Okay, commands are okay. Arcanist is probably okay. We could probably trim one of those. I want to trim like a Seasoned Pyromancer. Maybe I just trim one Lurrus here. The idea of Lurrus being that it only combos really with Bauble here. It combos with our Kroxas as well and Arcanist, but it's here for a little bit of life gain. That's about it. Liliana Last Hopes for all their mana dorks. Kalitas is here for that other bits of life gain as well. Pretty good. Engineer Explosives here for Engineered on 1. Gets rid of Utopia Sprawl and the Arbor Elves. Alright. We'll see how this one lays out here. Ransack is probably just being replaced by Bobble if I want to do this whole Lurrus thing. Just bring 4 Bobbles in, hit it more often, hit 2 more Lurruses probably. So counting 1 card main deck for something like that. Could maybe even cut an Unearth because of the idea of just getting to recur some of our stuff. We don't get to recur Skelementals. If we go Lurrus here, maybe I just don't do the Arcanist and I do more Thunderkins with the Skelementals if I don't cut Skelementals. Maybe like 2 Thunderkins, 2 to 3 Lurruses, Unearths, cut 1. Maybe that's the direction to take this list. Maybe it's just don't try to do Lurrus here. Maybe it's that. Alright, we have a Thoughtseize. I have a Terminate here. I don't really have much else after that. I'm gonna mulligan. I don't want a Kalitas in my hand. Here we go. Let's keep. Let's get rid of a basic land here. And let's trust this Bobble's going to hit something for me. Let's trust the Bobble is going to hit something for me. Let's take a look at what they've got going on. We have a Pillage and God of Destiny. Crap. I hate the God of Destiny. I guess I'm going to just have to sacrifice going through Weather the Storm as well here. But I'll just worry about a Pillage here. Okay, command. Alright, Wooded Foothills. They've just to Weather the Storm. They can gain quite a bit of life here too. Alright. We miss on a land again. We're not going to fetch this time around, see if that pays off for us. I would really like to use this Unearth on this Lightning Skelemental. Stomping Ground tapped. Wooded Foothills. Like I said, no fetch here. Let's hit this land. Right here. We do. Ironically, I have to fetch and probably shock here. So that everything comes into play untapped. But we'll do it. We'll play a Skelemental. We'll swing in for damage. We'll hope that the last card in their hand is not a Lightning Bolt. And connect for 6. Oh, don't be a Lightning Bolt. Why are you pausing? There you go. Connect. Deal damage. Okay. They might pillage something here. Weather and Forest have been pitched. Deciding Keswick is okay to keep with Pillage and Bloodbraid. Fetching a Stomping Ground so that they can do this. Down to 12. Back-to-back Unearths would kill them right now. Basic Forest. Blood Moon would suck. I'm hoping it's just this Pillage. I can't believe I'm hoping it's a Pillage. It's a Pillage. Kills the Lochthwain. That's the least of my worries here. The least of my worries. Alright, let's go ahead and unearth the Lightning Skelemental. Punch in for 6. Hit them with a Lightning Bolt. Pass the turn. Probably want to do that also so that the Weather of the Storm is not as brutal to us. Let's see what they pitch here. I'm expecting this Bloodbraid Elf to stay in hand. Yep. Bloodbraid's in hand. Let's go ahead and give them the turn back here. I can play 2 Lightning Bolts if I get them. Let's play patiently here. I want to land in a Bloodbraid Elf here. A Utopia Sprawl. Alright. Top deck land for the win here. Let's go. Can be any land, I think. Oh, it's a bubble. Well, we can see what their top is. It's another Bloodbraid elf. Alright. We draw a... Let's go ahead and stop. Actually, we don't have to stop here. We can just naturally... Oh, elemental. Bloodbraid spins the wheel here. We'll see what they spin into. A Tormod's Crypt. That's alright. Could be worse. We will fire this bolt off upstairs here. That Bloodbraid's hanging back easily. Easily. Not so easily? Alright, let's bolt. Just give me the land. Give me the land. Got there. We got there. Red, red, black. Incoming Skelemental, hitting for a minimum of 4. Gotcha. Whew. Yeah. Whew. All right, we got to do this again against green. Red, green. All right. Tormod's Crypt's an interesting one to see here. Makes me not want to do my baubles this time. A little worried about Ransacks as well. Maybe I just bring some Fulminator Mages in. Let's have some fun here. Let's get rid of the lifelink. Let's bring Fulminator Mages in. So, Fulminator Mage is interesting in this matchup. I'm going to bring this Arcanist in as well, and we're going to drop something here. It's probably going to be just like a Lightning Bolt. Maybe a Kroxa. Could be anything like that. The reason for this... Actually, let's ditch a K-Command. The reason for this is that what we can do is have Dreadboard Arcanist, we could use an Unearth, we can Fulminator Mage in, and we can attack. Now, they have a bunch of basics here, but the idea here is that the Fulminator Mage can hopefully pick off the lands that we need. It's also an extra creature. Doesn't rely too heavily on the graveyard here. We saw the Tormod's Crypt. I think we've got an okay line here. I'm going to not do the Bauble Lurrus stuff because that is very dependent on the graveyard. I do know Lurrus is this whole... Oops. Ooh, I just blew out people's ears. Oh gosh, and I'm baited by an exact combination of cards. I just need one more card here. Let's go ahead and keep here. It's a little bit risky. A little bit. I'm so sorry about your ears. We blasted them. We're keeping because I can Lightning Bolt, say an Arbor Elf here. My opponent had also mulliganed. I expect something like Utopia Sprawl instead, but if it is Arbor Elf, we're in good shape. Utopia Sprawl. Looking for a fetch land here, preferably. Nice. Okay. Fetch land allows us to go get the black mana. We don't need a ton of black mana, but we do need 2 for Kalitas. We need 1 for pretty much everything else in the deck, if I recall correctly, except for Kroxa's Escape. Good job. So if this is Blood Moon, it's an easy... Oh, they're going ham sauce on this island, or the forest over here. Grafdigger's Cage, okay. It's currently fine by me. They've put a lot of emphasis on my graveyard here. So what we can do here now is actually cycle this Unearth. I did get rid of a K command, which is our out to, say, a cage. But I can easily just cycle this Unearth and not have to worry about using it. We have a Shock here. We have a 4-mana spell, a 5-mana spell. Ooh. Okay, we can have Beastie tokens. We have a Beastie token. Let's go ahead and Fatal Push the Beast token here. We're going to be able to play the Seasoned Pyromancer. Or we can just Skelemental here. Skelemental in at Vivian might not be a bad idea. And we have one card to beat here, and we can really dig deep. This probably generates way too much for them. I know it's not going at them, but at least it clears the Vivian. Planeswalker's a bit hard for us. And if I top deck a K-Command at any point, then Unearths are live. Unearth is a free card to Season Pyromancer currently. Opponent has a lot of just random, like, creatures, little Arbor Elves, and Utopia Sprawls throughout the deck, so we're hoping to hit maybe a few of those. Pillages a land here. That's actually really kind of bad for us. Oh, there's one of those little tiny creatures we talked about. This is a lot of mana if they go for this. Let's go ahead and go to their turn, though, because I top deck a Terminate. We can go ahead and cycle Unearth if they just have, say, a land here, for example. Not too worried about taking a point of damage here on a cycle. Apparently, they're just not going to do anything. Cycle. Inquisition. We can check the hand. We can really check the hand now. I guess I'll see what it was. It's a forest. We'll pass turn here. This should be able to cast anything in their deck. Even if I killed this, it's 3, 4, 5. Forest is played here. Another Arbor Elf. I'll go ahead and shoot one of these. I don't want too many Arbor Elves out there. It's a lot of Arbor Elves. Land, please. That's actually really good. Let's go ahead and put an Engineered on 1. Like, super good here. That followed up with a Fulminator Mage to take this off. They'll be on 3 lands and no red. This top deck matters a ton for them. Even if it's a big bomb here, I can terminate it. Tax for 1. This will also give me access back to my graveyard here. Ooh. I don't see any reason not to pop this. Alright, let's check the hand here. Let's play the land out, check the hand for maybe a small 1-drop here, and then blow up the Engineered Explosives. Alright, they bolt me, that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and pop this now. Alright, opponent's got 4 mana. We will be Fulminator Maging next to take them off of clearly nothing. Oh. Maybe I just Kalitas here now. Just gets better and better. I'll get the second black. Kalitas past turn. We have Terminate now. Fulminator. I almost don't even want to play some of these because, well, you know, gotta get things done here. We can shoot this, get a zombie though. We can Fulminator Mage this one away. That Engineer was really good. I almost want a second one now. Ooh. Now we can Fulminator Mage here. Pick off this Stomping Ground. Shock in here. I'm going all out here. Terminate the Bird of Paradise. And swing for some damage. Look at this. Ooh, this is coming together. Maybe we should just be playing Kalitas. Kalitas Engineered Explosives. Ditch the Lurrus. This is going main deck now. Misty Rainforest. No follow-up. Yeah, let's take a peek at what's going on over there. It's always nice to know what our opponent kept in their hand. Oh, it's a Chandra. That is terrifying. Alright, Season Pyromancer. No tokens here, but draw 2. Show me a Thoughtseize. That works too. That works too. Practically a Thoughtseize. Took 2 to shock in. Opponent is done. Hitting for 5 here, taking them to 9. We got there. Opponent went a little too hard at our graveyard. Didn't need to. I think their main deck plan would have been just fine. We get there. We win the match. We are 2-2 now. Playing a little bit of Lurrus. Shenanigans of the red-black variety here in Modern. think it's too cute. Stay red-black. Don't splash that white. Think it's too cute. I would play a second engineered explosives, though, now. Actually being 2 colors against the Lurrus meta might be worth it. Just saying. All right, final match, final opponent here. Oh, gosh, it's Lurrus. Let's play first. Oh, let's go for it. Give me that land. Give me that land. We're going to bobble them. Bobble them. They didn't show any Lurruses, so, you know, got that, I guess, going for us. We'll wait to use bobble here. We'll be using it on them, but I'd like to at least get a little bit more information here. Misty Rainforest. Let's go ahead and see what's on top. Scalding Tarn. That doesn't tell me anything. Draw. Season Pyromancer Plus. Thunderkin. Ooh. This could get really good. Has haste and all that good stuff. Dreadboard Arcanist. Pass the turn. Whoa. The one of. Just need to hit a land. Could cycle one of these on Earth. Watery Grave. Interesting. They had the Scalding Tarn, they got rid of it. Flooded Strand. Scalding Tarn, Flooded Strand, Watery Grave, Misty Rainforest. The opponent is just like, let me teach you a lesson. These cards here. These cards will kill you. Alright. Skelemental, attempt to attack for damage. 7. Watch them just be Death Shadow. Oh, blue mana. Flooded Strand cracked. Watery Grave put into play tapped. Dreams Gripped was played here. Tapping a target permanent. I know a few decks that do this. Don't Lotus me. Don't Lotus me. I have the Thunderkin. We're going to get things jamming. Oh boy. 2 blue floating. Lotus Field. Dreams Grip untaps Lotus Field. Decides to do this with the trigger on the stack. Sacrificing 2 lands. And Ideas Unbound. 2 mana remains. Sleight of Hand. Oh man, if I can connect here. Ooh, if I can connect, don't untap that field. Don't touch this. Don't touch. Oh, and they have to discard 3. Oh, going the distance. Don't care about that. Thunderkin Awakener. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Get in here, Skelemental. Oh, yeah. Give that opponent a big hug. Big hug. 1 card for my opponent here. 1 card. Oh, man. Those Peer Through Depths. Ideas Unbound. My opponent thought they were going to get somewhere. Ooh, shoot. Ideas Unbound. I spoke too soon. Don't do it. No. Misty Rainforest. Stop. Oh. 2 mana. Reach Through Mists. Draws a card, untaps. And, oh, yeah. Woo, yeah. Okay. Surgicals, Collective Brutalities in. Fulminator Mages, if I can get fast enough to them. They do search a little bit. Ashiok might not be bad. Fatal Pushes can come out. Baubles, Lurrus. These cards just don't do enough fast enough. This is where Liliana would be good. I want to say that a Lightning Bolt actually no, Seasoned Pyromancer may not be very good here. Let's take one Fulminator and put the season back in. The problem is that I understand it's hexproof. So does that matter enough? Do we want to try to kill some of their other lands fast enough? They're probably going to have the Lotus Field pretty quickly. What if we make them discard the Lotus Field somehow and then surgical it? Oh, it'd be amazing. All right, we'll try it. We'll try it. We are the discard deck. And got a shot. Got a shot. Here we go. Match 5. Can we bring back from the brink of absolute loss and destruction our 0-2 beginnings? Can we finish this league 3-2? Up a game against the Lotus combo deck. Discard versus the cards that need to be amassed in hand. Good luck, Lurrus. Do they deserve this win? Do they deserve this win? They're playing Lurrus here. Oh, shoot. I've been tempted by the Fulminator Mage and the K command here. Oh, this is an awful keep. We're going to find out how awful here in a moment. Oh gosh, Flooded Strand immediately. Don't Thoughtseize me. Do they play that? Okay, Breeding Pool. Scary that was. Sleight of Hand, Serum Visions, setting themselves up. Serum Visions. Cards are going to the top or bottom. One top, one bottom. Show me a Thoughtseize here. You're the farthest thing away from it. Inquisition. Okay, so we have an extra land here. We have a Dream's Grip that does the untapping. We have Ideas Unbound. We have the Puppetry. We have the Reaches Through and the Sleight of Hand. So this untaps. Ideas Unbound is probably the most dangerous card here because it draws the most. I think I'll take the Ideas Unbound. We're 2 turns away from a Fulminator Mage getting to take off one of these lands. That's the idea, at least. Take the lands off. Make them so they can't play the Lotus Field. Sleight of Hand has been played here. A lot of these are instants, so they can use them on my turn if they wanted to. Kroxa is not bad. It's not great, but not bad. Play Kroxa. Steal a card. I'll take that. I'll take that. It's not a bad turn 2. Thoughtseize or something else might have been better. They'll get rid of... We'll learn something here. They're going to get rid of what they think is the worst card. Veil of Summer's probably not a very good card right now. Alright. Then we're going to get to Fulminator Mage, hopefully, to take the Breeding Pool. Keep them off the lands here. Okay. They do nothing. That's slightly terrifying. We are going to attempt the Fulminator Mage, though. Hope they don't have another Veil. And get rid of this. Oh, Veil too strong. Veil too strong. Reaches Through Mists. Like I said, I'd like to get them off the 2 lands because that's what's going to let them combo out with the Lotus. Shoot. Steam Vents. At least it's tapped. Okay. Alright. We hit another land. I could ransack looking for some way to recur my Fulminator Mage here. Or I can use K command to make them pitch a card and pick up Fulminator Mage. I think I do ransack here with the intention that even next turn I could even Kolaghan's and Kroxa perhaps over doing something else. And I know I have this Seasoned Pyromancer, but I think I need to drop how many cards they have in hand before I tackle anything else. So let's attempt this ransack here. None of this is good. It will fuel our Kroxa here soon, so there is that. Let's take a Seasoned Pyromancer, I suppose, and pass turn. Okay. They have quite a few lands here. They untap. We're trying to go toe-to-toe with them with all their stuff going on. They don't do anything again. Okay. I like starting with a Thoughtseize here. Let's check the hand. And then I can Kroxa. Get that into play. Puts the threat in. We have a Drown the Lock they can't cast. We have a random Past in Flames here. We have a Grape Shot as well. We have these things that untap. Drown the Lock could kill Kroxa. Past in Flames, to me, could be moved out of here. 2 cards untap stuff. Those are going to give them turns here. I really feel like this is probably just take the Past in Flames. I could even take maybe the Grape Shot here. What if I take one of these Dreams or the Puppetry? The Puppetry has the Splice. Maybe I take that. You know what? Let's take that and see what happens here. It's a difficult decision, I think. We'll get more red here since I have a bunch of Seasoned Pyromancers after this. And we'll play a Kroxa here. We'll be careful what we take out here. Lands first. I want to leave the Fulminator. I don't think I need... Well, the Thoughtseize would be nice. We'll take the Inquisition out. And the Ransack here. This will at least make them discard one more card. And since we took the Psychic Puppetry, they only have one thing that's going to make this tapped, which they might want to do on their turn so that we don't attack and make them discard. Again, a critical mass of cards here. If I get something that brings the Steam Vents to its knees here, I would definitely do it. Drown the Lock is down. All right, they want the Reach Through and the Dream Grip because those things draw cards. They do a Reach Through. Unknown card, draw step. Flooded Strand is good to see here. It is not, I repeat, not a Veil. Or a Lotus. Lotus Veil. No, Lotus. It's not a Veil. It's not a Lotus. It's a lot of nothing. Okay, upkeep. If there's for some reason attack this Kroxa, I can pick it back up, make them discard, and play the Kroxa. Let's go ahead and swing first. Ransack might be worth going first here. Echoing Truths. Okay. So we have a Past in Flames, Grape Shot, and Dream Grip here. That's what I've got to beat. I can make them discard 2 cards here. I can Kroxa. Discard, pick up Kroxa. I can also pick up Fulminator Mage here. Let's play Kroxa first. Okay. I'm going to see this Past in Flames hit the bin here shortly. There's the Grape Shot. Let's return, and target player discards a card. We'll return the Fulminator Mage, maybe? Doesn't seem right. I'm going to return the Fulminator Mage still here. We're not planning to get Kroxa down next turn. We're going to do it the following turn. The key here is that they ditch something. Alright, so we have a Dreams Grip here in my opponent's hand. Tap or untap? Can do both. Fetches. Watery Grave. Unknown card coming here. I believe I brought in Ashiok too. That would be a great top deck right now, since they have a Passive Flames and a Grape Shop. I have Surgical too. There's some good cards here. There's an Unearth. I could just play Fulminator Mage, hit something, and then unearth it. Maybe I'm supposed to ransack here looking for a Surgical. Let's try to do that. Get this Grape Shot out of here if I can. Well, Skelemental is actually pretty good. That one actually works really nicely. Well, they have the Dreams Grip here. So how nicely is it really? Let's play Fulminator Mage down here. Kill the red land here because they don't have any other red currently. It does leave the Watery Grave open. What I can do next turn is I can... There's a Peer Through Depths. I can get Kroxa back and bring back the Fulminator Mage if I wanted to. I could also unearth Kroxa and go again with Kroxa twice. Fulminator Mage kills the land here. Psychic Puppetry and a Dreams Grip in hand. The Battle of the Titans. This deck could probably use a Euro in it. Oh crap. Ideas Unbound. Okay. Doesn't mean we're dead here, but it's scary. They find the Lotus. Serum Visions, okay. Doesn't feel like they're finding the Lotus. That's good for us. And we're probably clear to do Skelementals and Kroxas here. And try to take the rest of the hand away from them. Ideas Unbound. Alright, so we can Skelemental. Realistically, I should probably just Kroxa here. But I can do it twice with the Unearth. I probably need to get this hand cleared. Let's play Skelemental here, swing in, clear the hand, unearth Fulminator Mage, kill a land, specifically probably the one with black? Probably doesn't matter. Might be the one with green. Fulminator Mage coming back here. Fulminator Mage kills a land and boom. We take it. There you go. 3-2, coming back from our 0-2. Yeah, this deck has some power. This deck has some power. Let's take a look at that game. What were we drawing? Blood Crypt, Lightning Skelemental, Thoughtseize. We're good. We got there. Playing the red-black Kroxa Skelemental featuring Lurrus Kitty Cat Nightmare. And it was a bit of a nightmare, actually. We started very, very bad. What did we learn? I don't think the Lurrus Mishra's Bauble did really anything for us. However, we did see Kalidas doing some pretty awesome stuff. Probably want to jump one land up. Maybe consider this Thunderkin Awakener. Maybe go Lurrus. But if you're not doing Lurrus here, I don't see a reason to play Thunderkin Awakener because you're not going to repeat. You might even consider something here on the 2 slot if you do Lurrus. Just an idea if you want to. Otherwise, Kalidas might not be a bad idea here currently with how the meta is shaping up. All-star of the match was probably Engineered Explosives. It was going to be able to take down Storm tokens. It was going to be able to take down the Utopia Sprawls and Arbor Elves. So I actually kind of want to up that one to a second one. Interesting enough, if you don't want to do a little bit of the Mishra's Bauble combo here, a Lurrus with an Engineered Explosives out on 1 and 2 and just dance that back and forth might be worth it. Lurrus also plays really nicely with the whole concept of our Unearth package anyway. So having Lurrus main deck instead of a companion probably makes the most sense out of anything that we're doing here. Definitely wouldn't switch to companion and try to adjust this to 2 drops. It just will not work. Kroxa's doing work. Skelemental's doing work. I think we have a little less practice. Haven't been playing this recently, but I definitely enjoy this list, and I do think it's got some power there. I don't know what we're going to do with all the companions going on, but for the most part, right now, dance between Liliana and Lurrus, depending on your style of play. See if you want to play that kind of recursive nature of Lurrus. Otherwise, I'd jam an extra engineered explosives here. I would play something with maybe Thunderkin if you're doing Lurrus. Dance with the Fulminator Mage. A few interesting decks we played there. Overall, though, it's got some power still behind it. It's holding its own in the companion meta. Red-Black, Kroxa, Skelemental in Modern. If you've enjoyed the video and this YouTube exclusive, don't forget to hit like, thumbs up, and subscribe. It helps the channel and is free to you and lets you get a notification when we put up our next video. This has been part of the red-black kind of week. We've been straying away from some of those colors, so hopefully some of the regulars or those that originally joined our channel are pleased with this. Until next time, take care, have a good one, and we'll see you in the next match.